Hey everyone, this is Dr. Hepburn. I hope you're having a great day. This is a very brief tutorial on how to create an APA style cover sheet. For all of your assignments in school, you're going to want to have an APA style cover sheet on them. And most instructors require a cover sheet whenever you turn in a significant assignment such as an essay or research paper. But some classes ask you to turn in a cover sheet with every single written assignment that you use. So you want to make sure to check with your instructor. If you need to use the cover sheet, make sure you include it on all of your assignments. But for many students, creating an APA style cover sheet is a bit of a mystery. So hopefully after you watch my video, you might have to watch it more than once, you'll see that it's not really that difficult. There's just a couple buttons you have to click, and you have to do some things Microsoft Word's way to make this work. So the first thing you're going to want to do is start with a blank document. So open up Microsoft Word. If you're using Google Docs or Apple's Pages, this will not work. So you need to make sure you're using Microsoft Word. The second thing we want to do is we want to create what's called a running header, right? And a running header simply is a stylistic device that we use in publishing to actually set up our documents with important information that's going to be repeated on every single page. So to start with, go ahead and just click up in this upper portion of your document, and you'll see that when you do that, it opens up the header box. Now in Microsoft Word, Word allows you to have multiple headers, and the easiest way to do this is to tell Microsoft Word that your first page is going to look a little different than the rest of your essay. This is where students usually mess up. They don't understand that they need to turn on different first page, so they go ahead and put their running head up in that page, and then all of a sudden it shows up on every single other page. So we want to make sure we tell Microsoft Word different first page. Once we've done that, you'll see that it says here first page header. So to get started, we're going to type in the words running head with a colon, and then we're going to type in all caps, the title of our essay. Make sure that we always use a capital R and a lowercase h, and we use a colon, not a semicolon or a comma, but we use a colon. And then our title is actually in all uppercase, and we want it to look just like this. You will, of course, actually name your essay, and it might be persuasive essay on gun control, or an essay about my life. Whatever you've titled your essay, you're going to write that in all uppercase here. Make sure we insert the page number using the page command. And when we do that, when we use page number right here, you'll see that Microsoft Word will automatically insert a number 1. So now we have our running header on our first page set up. We're ready to go. So go ahead and click into the body of your document. And the very next thing we want to do is we want to go ahead and set up the cover sheet. And this is pretty easy. We just type in our title again, but this time we use what's called title case. Title case is when every major word, the first letter is capitalized. But for our little small words like of, and, those words are usually lowercase. Go ahead and click return, and we're going to type in our first name and our last name, just like that. Of course, you're going to put in your first name and your last name, and then you're going to put in your university and your university's name. Now, we need to make sure that our document is set up double spaced, because that's a requirement. So we want to go up to the space command right here, and we want to choose 2, and you'll see that it automatically double spaced. Now this is kind of nice. Rather than leaving our title and this cover page information right up here at the top, just click in front and then space down 3 or 4, 5 times. You want it about in the middle of your document. So once we have that done, and I'll show you, I'll change my view here so you can actually see. There you go. You can see, you move it down a little bit if you want. Our cover page, our very first page, is already set up correctly. We have our running head with our title and our page number. We have our title again, our name, our first and last name, and our university. But now we want to make sure our second page is set correctly. So to do this, we're going to click the Insert bar, and we're going to choose Page Break. That's going to open up a brand new page, and it's going to add it. And now we can go ahead, and I'll set my view a little wider again so you can see it. Now we want to set our second page header. So double click in the header. This time, put your title up there again, and insert your page number. And then click outside. Now we're almost ready to start writing our essay, but we have to enter our title one more time. I know it sounds weird, but this is just the way that it is. We want to make sure we put our title in one more time. Now, our first page is set and our second page is set, and so we're really ready to begin typing our essay. But briefly, I just want to cover the format so that you understand some things that are required for APA style. The first thing is that we need to make sure our font is always set to Times New Roman 12 point. Microsoft Word likes to set it to other fonts such as Calibri in 11 point. We need to make sure it's always Times New Roman 12 point. As I mentioned before, we want to make sure it's always double spaced. When we're getting ready to start our essay, we don't need to set any tabs up here in our ruler. It's already set up for us. So hit the tab button and go ahead and type in your first sentence. When we return, it's automatically going to put our cursor right back at the margin. Now, we can go ahead and finish typing our essay, and once we're done, we're ready to set up our references page. I'm going to show you how to do a references page in a different video, but this is really just going to walk you through the basics of creating an APA style cover sheet as well as that first page for your essay. Once you practice it 3 or 4 times, I promise you it'll be easy to do and you'll always get it right. If you have any questions, reach out to me. I'm more than happy to help you in any way that I can, but hopefully this video is really going to be the first start to making sure that your essays always look great. Take care.